a coin on a velvet road that pulls a creek like a lazy tune and drags my heart toward you by June. I walk the fence where the willows lean, with a bottle of courage and a wish between. Your windows lit like a country prayer, and the hound dog moon says go on there.
We fought at supper over nothing again, two stubborn mules in a pouring rain.
You slammed the door, I kicked the tire, and the sky lit up like a county wire. I took the long walk past Miller's barn, where the night cows gossip and the crickets darn. The moon kept howling like a faithful friend. Love ain't done till the pride can bend. Hound dog moon, sing low for me. Heel at my heels till I find my key. If love's a porch with a creaking swing, I'll push us gentle till the swallows sing. Hound dog moon, don't leave too soon. Guide me home by your lonesome tune. I'll scratch at the door like a sinner do, till she opens her heart in the hound dog moon. I remember the picnic by the Cedar Ridge. You fed me peaches on the old plank bridge. We named our hopes after thunderclouds and promised to hush when the sky got loud. When money got lean and tempers fat, we learned to argue where the grace was at. The moon tonight is a patient drum, beating go back home where the mercies come.
I find your window when I breathe your name, watch your curtains swim like a quiet flame.
The dog lifts his head, then lets it be. He knows a man who has bent his knee. I tap the pane with a knuckles hem. You part the curtain, let the night slip in, and the hound dog moon with a gentle grin rolls down the clouds till the dawn begins. If heaven's got a yard with a faithful hound and a moon that sings when lost or found, then I will whistle a forgiven tune and dance you slow in the hound dog moon. Hound dog moon, stay close, stay kind. We've traded our pride for a peace we'll mind. If love is a leash made of trust and time, I'll hold it gentle with a grateful rhyme. Hound dog moon, you led me through, from a growl of regret to a bark of truth. Lay down, old friend, let the daylight bloom. We're home at last under the hound dog moon. Stone, rubbed it like a worry till the rough was gone. Barroom chapel with a neon cross, where the choir's steel and the priest is moss. I asked the barkeep for absolution light. He handed me a quarter and said, pick your fight. I held that coin like a sinner's hope, Found a hymn that could help me cope. The jukebox blinked like stained glass rain. Stand By Me wore a country vein. A woman in denim with a first name Grace said, mind if I pray in your little space? We swayed like saints under dimmest bulbs while the jukebox gospel solved its malts. I sang off key but honest true, and the quarter turned my sky to blue. A quarter in the jukebox gospel, slot a prayer where the sinners bustle. If the Lord takes nickels and a ragtime plea, He can cash this fool for a brand new me. Quart in the jukebox gospel, I'm tithing my pride where the loud feet jostle. Let the steel guitar read my song, let the drummer preach me calm. I've dodged the pews and dodged my word, let anger be the loudest bird. But here beneath the bud sign glow, I found a preacher in a tele show. The woman laughed, said name is Ruth, and Mercy's teeth were youth on truth. She said another quarter free, and the jukebox sang our amnesty. We wrote our names on a cocktail nap, a covenant scribbled in a sideways map. Show up tomorrow, Ruthie said, bring your truth, not your old regret. I blew the phone from a second chance and watched that quarter lead the dance. When closing time rang soft and pale, we shook the night from off our trail. If heaven's got a corner bar where saints and sinners meet, I'll save my quarters for the songs that wash a soul's bare feet. And if the angels run a jukebox with a button marked begin, I'll press it till the vinyl lifts the rust from every sin. Quarter in the jukebox gospel, I'm richer now than a pious apostle. If a song can stitch a heart in two, then line me up, I'll pay for two. Quart in the jukebox gospel, bless this room and all it's jostled. Keep the hymns in 4/4 time till Ruth and I walk out in rhyme. Out on the section line, the windmills bow, 3 armed dancers in a thirsty vow. They creak in rhythm like a porch swing hymn, and pump up patience from a well gone thin. We married young on a dust brown day, 2 tin rings and a bale of hay. Wore your mama's cotton dress, and the windmill turned our more or less. Winters carved our names in frost, summers counted what we lost. The cattle lowed like a gospel drone, and we learned to make our mercy home. We didn't have much but a stubborn sky and a windmill waltz where dreams don't die. When bills blew in like a locust storm, we danced in circles to keep us warm. Windmill waltz, turn slow, turn true, pull up a river from the sky so blue. When the fields go quiet and the deads talk loud, spin me a faith we can wear like a shroud. Windmill waltz, creak soft, hold fast, tie our hearts to a pole that lasts. If love is the bucket and trust the chain, draw us a drink in the dry time pain. Our boy left home for a city light, Said, Mama, I'll write when I get it right. His letters came thin as the rain in June, but each one sounded like a fiddle tune. Our girl kept goats and the books at church, counted widows in a kindness search. We grew old boots and a brand new grace, and the windmills kept their ancient pace. The day you fell on the kitchen floor, the linoleum went still like a shut barn door. I held you close as a thunderhead, whispered stories we'd already said. The wind outside, like a choir in grief, prayed through the blades in a minor relief. And when you woke with a fragile smile, the windmill waltz turned one more mile. If heaven's got a prairie with a faithful breeze, and windmills circling soft in ease, we'll dance that waltz with no more drought, just living water all about. Windmill waltz, turn slow, turn kind, draw up the years we left behind. Fill our cups with a quiet tune, and let our shadows dance by moon. Windmill waltz, when the last light fades, lay down the creak of the weathered blades. I'll hold you close as the county sleeps, and drink from the love a windmill keeps.
Wind folds letters from the desert's tongue, brown paper whispers where the fence is hung. I read the dust like a telegraph line, dots and dashes in a sagebrush sign. You left me notes in a greaser's hand, me where the highway kisses the sand. But I learned late what you meant by free, and the tumbleweeds carried your news from me. I chased a rumor down 29, heard you taking a shift at the borderline. Your laugh in the static of a trucker CB, a ghost in the frequency calling me. I stopped at a station with a payphone's ache, a coil rosary and a coin to stake. The wind answered first with a wire's moan, a tumbleweed telegram rolling along. Tumbleweed telegram, say her name, spell it in dust like a cattle brand flame. If love can ride where the road runs thin, send me a message I can believe in. Tumbleweed telegram, cross that plain, carry my vow through the grit and grain. I'll wait at the milepost where we begin for your tumbleweed telegram. Met by the ruins of a diner sign, where the letters fell like a busted rhyme. You leaned on the hood with a measured calm, a lizard of mercy on your open palm. I ain't mad, you said, just done with doubt. Either we roam or we figure it out. The wind drew circles on the county map, like a fate that we could still unwrap. We talked long hours till the stars grew warm. Found the shape of an honest form. A rig rolled by with a horn's long hem, and the tumbleweed paused like it understood him. You took my hand in a clean new grip, no ache of yesterday, no parented script. And the highway nodded with a headlight grin, like a pastor blessing the place we'd begin. Heaven writes in sand and sky and mails its letters when the roads get dry. I'll read each word with a pilgrim's eye and sign our names where the dust won't lie. Tumbleweed telegram, stamp it true, seal it with the dawn in a desert hue. If love's a post that the wind can keep, we'll plant it deep where the roots run deep. Tumbleweed telegram, roll on through. I'm walking beside you, me and you. Let the road be our paper and the miles our ring, and the tumbleweed telegram, the vow we think.
Friday night football and September smoke, dust in the headlights like an inside joke. You slid in the middle like the old songs say, my hand on the shifter, your hair in the sway. We climbed the ridge where the pines confess, the small town lights like a starry dress. I fumbled for words but the radio knew, and a backseat prayer made a saint of you. We weren't looking to cross a sacred line, but the world got quiet and the clock lost time. I told you the things I'd never told me, like how fear is a fence around destiny. You held my face with a tender might, said brave ain't loud, it's just choosing right. We folded our hands like the church on Main, and the backseat prayer took the sting from pain. Backseat prayer in a pickup, headlights low where the hills look up at the Lord. Walks soft where the young hearts are, He found us there under a cedar star. Backseat prayer in a pickup, we promised small and we promised enough. No golden vows, just a steady we will in a truck on a hill. So quiet, so still. Years made errands of the biggest dreams, mortgage, medicine, and football teams. But that hillside night with the midnight choir keeps our house from catching fire. When tempers flare and the dishes ring, we count to 10 and we do that thing. Hands together on the vinyl seat and we pray till our pulses meet. The kids all laugh at our corny ways, how we whisper grace through the hectic days. But someday soon when the storms complain, they'll park where the pines remember our names. They'll fold their hands, let the worries go, and feel that same familiar glow, like a hand on a shifter finding true, like a backseat prayer making brave from blue. Heaven rides shotgun in a country night and writes its songs in the tailgate light. And angels know why the humble kneel on old bench seats made of hope and steel. Backseat prayer in a pickup, still our compass when the winds act up. If faith is small as a mustard seed, as big as a county when we do this deed. Backseat prayer in a pickup, I'll meet you there when the noise erupts. Two hearts, one hill, and a cedar star. We are who we said we are. Drop a needle on a Sunday scar, static like rain on a metal car. The living room turned cathedral true as the old LP began to bloom. Your daddy's record from '78 crackled alive at the kitchen gate. We stood in socks on a hardwood pew, and the vinyl sang what preachers knew. I've drifted far on a transistor sea, lost in the ads for a better me. But here in the run-out groove of grace, I find my name in a simpler place. You turn the sleeve to a photo one, two kids in denim on a July morn. They look like us if we learn to bend, and the needle said begin again. Vinyl static salvation, let the hiss and the pop be the choir I need, singing mercy grows where hearts can bleed. Vinyl static salvation, turn my doubt to consolation. If the truth's got dust in the groove tonight, I'll dance that record till the dawn makes light. Slow dance close as the bridge came in, steel guitar crying like on a sin. Your cheek on mine and the world at bay, just you and I in the fadeaway. A boy peeked in with a puzzled grin, asked how's that old thing make you win? You said it's not just sound, it's time. It turns regret to honest rhyme. I remember nights in a ballroom blur, chasing loud and finding short. Sure that loud don't heal it all, that silence sings when the needles fall. We stack more records till the shells confess, stories pressed in a sleeved up nest. From haggard truth to Emmylou light, we built an altar for the night. If heaven has a turntable with an endless side beat, and the angels learn the scratches in our testimony, then cue me up for a second spin. I'll dance this floor with you again. Vinyl static salvation, tape one time lace restoration. Let the crackle be the candle and the chorus be the prayer. We'll waltz through every scar and leave them glowing in the air. Vinyl static salvation, bless this humble resignation that loves the song we choose to keep, and mercy's ours to softly stuck a letter on the fence post tall, held by a clothespin brave and small. The wind read first, then the meadowlark, then you by evening's farmer dark. I ain't a poet with a pretty line, but I know the weather and the weather sign. It said tomorrow needs your hand in mine. So I wrote you a Fencepost Valentine. We've dated dirt and we've courted sun, made a wedding dress out of getting it done. Our rings are circles of chores we beat, our honeymoon's a fresh cut wheat. But still my love, I get shy and dumb, tongue-tied boy with a man's rough thumb. So I tell the post what my chest can't say, and the meadow carries it your way. Fencepost Valentine, plain as twine, tied around a promise at the property line. If love's a note that the wind refines, red mine, darling, on the fencepost pine. Fencepost Valentine, weather worn true, ink of the soil, sky's dusty blue. Take my name where the sparrows dine, be mine forever, Fencepost Valentine. Found my letter with a half-smile grin, wiped off the dew with a workday spin. You circled yes with a pencil stub, then kissed the post like a country club. We laughed so loud that the cattle stared, and the hawk rode loops in the open air. You tucked the note in your apron fold, said you and me till the hay turns gold. Years have stacked like bells in rows, and we've weathered heat and quiet snows. Kids grew up and learned the land, moved to cities with careful hands. But every spring when the first thaw sings, I pen a note to the line that brings your name to mine in a script so fine. My fence post, faithful Valentine. If heaven's got a field with a boundary sweet and a fence that hums where the angels meet, I'll pin my vows to the paling light and read your yes in the holy white. Fencepost Valentine, simple and clear, tied to the post of another year. If love's a farm with a faithful sign, I'll love you long as these posts align. Fencepost Valentine, wind worn bright, carry our names through the wheat field light till the last dusk falls and the stars combine. I'm yours, your Fencepost Valentine. Green dust hangs like a ghost in beams, moon on the silo writes working man dreams. The auger hums an industrial song, and the town sleeps tight while the corn sings calm. I clock in late with a thermos prayer, kissed you at the door with a don't worry stare. Up in the cab the gauges glow, a cockpit gospel only night men know. Out on the catwalk the prairie's wide, red lights blinking like a metronome guide. I think of our rent and the kids want shoes and the ledger of love that we nightly choose. There's a radio low with a farmer's show, lost dog ads and the wheat price flow. But between the numbers and the diesel sighs, I hear your voice like a lullaby. Night shift at the grain elevator, how can blessings stack in labor? If dawn is mercy in a working glove, I'll carry it home to the ones I love. Night shift at the grain fast and mean. Lightning writes cursive where the clouds convene. We shut her down, then start again, spitting our palms and make it mend. The foreman Joe with a busted knee says, boy, go slow where the ghost might be. We swap old jokes from a dusty shelf, and I learned to be kinder than my former self. 3 a.m. coffee tastes like truth, bitter but clean as a country youth. I read the good book on a pallet throne. Psalm 40 sings like a diesel drone. I mark a verse with a time card stuck, folded like courage in my jacket's rug. When the siren of morning paints the sky, I clock out brave and I don't know why. If heaven has a silo tall with golden grain that never falls, I'll take the lift with angel crew and bag the light to bring to you. Night shift at the grain elevator, sunrise coming like a smooth translator. Turns grit to glory, turns sweat to bread, turns barely into go-ahead. Night shift at the grain elevator, I'm bringing home a humble crater, a crater full of shining day to pour into our ordinary way.
Games, ballroom windows, sweating neon tears, telly twang shaking off the dust of years. You walked in slow with a ribbon in your hair, boots said thunder, I said prayer. Band tuned up like a storm on the plain, bartender polishing yesterday's paint. I tipped my hat to the luck in the room, and there it was, Fiddle Moon over Tulsa, in blues, old enough to know what we stood to lose. You said, dance me gentle, let the night decide. I said, darling, I'll follow where your heartbeat guides. Steel guitar cried like a high wire line. Your hand in mine felt holy and fine. Every spin wrote sparks on the wooden floor. Every laugh flung open a lonesome door. Fiddle Moon over Tulsa, hang there while we try. Hold the light on two lost souls who used to say goodbye. If love's a dusty highway with a station every mile, let this night be our ticket with your name in my smile. Fiddle Moon over Tulsa, don't you set too soon. We're learning how to live beneath your copper tune. Your past came tapping like a sheriff at the door. A ring you returned and a war you wore. I'd been a drifter with a bar stool creed, trading every sunrise for a short-lived need. But in that room where legends hum, where ghosts of swing and heartache come, the music braided what we'd split, tied two frayed ends till the knot held fit. We slipped outside where the alley breeze, mural saints and cigarette wreaths, city hummed soft as a distant choir. You said, promise me more than borrowed fire. I said, I ain't rich and I ain't clean, but I'll build a better in between. Tulsa's got a way to mend eyesight. You be the moon and I'll be the tide. Fiddle moon over Tulsa, hang there while we try. Hold the light on two lost souls who used to say goodbye. If love's a dusty highway with a station every mile, let this night be our ticket with your name in my smile. Fiddle moon over Tulsa, don't you set too soon. We're learning how to live beneath your copper tune. Let Bob Wills whistle through the bricks in the night. Let shadow step easy under soft marquee light. If morning must come with its bills and its truth, let it find us arm in arm, unafraid and smooth. We'll buy a cheap ring at a pawn on Main, trade our old loneliness for Tulsa rain. Let the skyline bow like a steel guitar bend, where the song we start is the one we end in. Fiddle moon over Tulsa, bless this borrowed sky. Keep the glow on two brave fools who finally didn't lie. If love's a long two-step with a stumble now and then, we'll count to three together and start again. Fiddle moon over Tulsa, fade slow, not soon, till daybreak rides forever in your silver tune.
Bills stacked like hymnals in a crooked pew. Coffee gone cold, sky the color of bruise. You're tracing the ring where the mug once sat. I'm counting up sins on a baseball cap. We've said it's fine until the words turn thin, painted over cracks where the storms come in. But truth knocks hard like a traveling friend. Kitchen table reckoning at 9:45. I remember the first night in this little house. We hung a calendar, we chased a mouse. You laughed through tears at the leaky roof. We swore our love didn't need more proof, but time writes notes in overdue ink, leaves a man staring too long in the sink. The floorboards listen, the ceiling knows. Every quiet war a marriage grows. Kitchen table reckoning, pass me the light. Let me see the places where I ain't been right. If mercy's a measure, setting near the bread, we'll break it together and eat truth instead. Kitchen table reckoning, let's not pretend. If love is a ledger, let grace be the end. You say I needed weekends that weren't all bills, a hand in the garden, a walk through the hills. Needed your present, not passing through. A father at supper, a man I knew. I swallow a name that I almost blame, but the mirror writes only my own shame. I chased a promotion like a holy grail, brought home a title and a silent fail. The kids drew castles with crayons brave, while I chased numbers that never saved. We once made 4 porch out of sheets and chairs. Now it's just silence stacked in squares. Your voice is steady like a church bell toll. Are we still a we or two parts of a whole? I reach for your hand across receipts and salt. Say I'm done with excuses, this one's my fault. Kitchen table reckoning, pass me the light. Let me see the places where I ain't been right. If mercy's a measure, set it near the bread. We'll break it together and eat truth instead. Kitchen table reckoning, let's not pretend. If love is a ledger, let grace be the end. We can sail the boat that never got wet, cancel the channels, clear the dead. I'll take Fridays off and we'll drive down west. Teach the kids sunsets and how to rest. We'll paint the porch and mend that gate. Apologize early, forgive real late. If falling apart taught anything true, it's learning the weight of I still choose you. Kitchen table reckoning, ain't getting gold to hold and be held when the nights get cold. If mercy's a candle, let it burn right here where breadcrumbs sparkle and the truth draws near. Kitchen table reckoning, amen, my friend. We'll sign our names in love and begin again.
Met her at the county fair by the lemon ice. Sunburned freckles smile like dice. Her daddy wore a badge with a tired shine, eyes that measured every step of mine. She said, you look like trouble with a Sunday suit. I said, I'm more like a him with a muddy boot. We rode that Ferris wheel to a cotton candy sky where I nearly confessed just learning how to try. I wasn't clean, had a record of dust, bar fights, tickets, a temper unjust. But she saw past the dance in my pickup door to a man who could be a little more. We slow danced later under bandstand lights. Fiddle drew halos around our nights. Her father watched silent, a storm on the plain. I tipped my hat, he memorized my name. The sheriff's daughter's eyes cut through my alibis, turned a crooked man honest under county skies. If redemption has a color, it's July surprise. The law of love writ in the sheriff's daughter's eyes. I took a job stacking feed at Don's Co-op mill, ducked temptations by the roadhouse hill. She brought me tea on my second break, said I don't need promises you can't make. Give me the day you're standing in and the courage to start again. We sat on sacks where the dust motes fly. I told her the truth and didn't lie. Her daddy pulled up in a Crown Vic gray, said, son, I know you from a rougher day. I could list your finds with a choir boy's glee, but I'd rather see the man you could be. He flipped a coin, chrome in the heat. Don't make my girl learn how to cheat defeat. I nodded like thunder, shook like tin. First time law felt like mercy within. The sheriff's daughter's eyes cut through my alibi, turned a crooked man honest under county skies. If redemption has a color, it's July surprise. The law of love writ in the sheriff's daughter's eyes. We married quiet on a weekday noon, music from the diner, borrowed tune. Her father stood between grief and pride, placed her hand in mine on the courthouse side. Said, son, badges bend if they hold too tight. Protect the day, forgive the night. I wiped my past on the threshold floor, stepped through learning what vows are for. The sheriff's daughter's eyes still map my skies. Keep the road straight where temptation lies. If justice is a ledger, let mercy revise. My name written bright in the sheriff's daughter's eyes.
Tipple casts a shadow like a tired crown, coal dust blackening a stubborn town. Sirens on Mondays, whistles at 6. Men build a shell and hand-me-down bricks. You work the bell with your father's hands. I swung a hammer in the company lands. We met by the creek where the water ran thin. Cold black mirrors showing where we'd been. Mama washed shirts till the knuckles bled. Hung prayers on a line where the swallows fed. Your brother chased daylight into a shack. Never came back when the braces cracked. We carved their names on a poplar white. Swore we'd climb out of the mountains by it, but every payday stacked a higher wall between the dream and the company hall. Cold Black Creek, hear my vow, I'll carry this town to mercy allows. If the mountain holds me when the daylight's weak, let love run clean in Cold Black Creek. You wore your grief like a second skin, but you smiled at dawn and let me in. We saved in jars, we counted change, mapped a route across the range. Yet bills came due like a miner's cough, and plans blew thin when the lights cut off. I took a night shift, you sewed seams. We traded sleep for knotted dreams. Then came the blast like a thundered light. Ground bucked hard and the valley cried. We ran together through smoking shell, calling out names on a choking trail. Some came limping, some came draped, all of us touched by what we escaped. You found your father covered in dust. He winked once weak, said live you must. Cold Black Creek, hear my vow, I'll carry this town to mercy allows. If the mountain holds me when the daylight's sweet, let love run clean in Cold Black Creek. We gathered at dusk where the poplars lean, sang a low hymn for the ones unseen. I promised a truck with a western road, a cottage small with a tire stove. But when I looked at the ridge at night, saw the lanterns bob like stubborn light, I knew our story wasn't to flee, but plant new roots where the roots chose me. So we started a diner in the old rail shed, pies like solace, hot soup and bread. Hung up photos in honest frames, faces and minds and baseball games. Your father sat mornings by the window's flare, counting his breaths like a quiet prayer. He said, son, the mountains mean but fair.
with truth and she'll let you dare.
Cold Black Creek, keep running deep. Wash our boots and hold what we keep. If the mountain's hard and the valleys meet, we'll build our hope
By cold
Black Creek, our names you'll speak. Carry our children through year and week. When the sirens fade and the shadows leap,
let love stay strong in Cold Black Creek. Neon buzz like a tired fly, highway rain streaking the midnight sky. I pulled in slow with a pocket of change, worn out boots and a heart deranged. The clerk looked bored, slid me a key, said room 12 where the truckers be. I dropped my bag on a fading spread, lit a cigarette with the words you said on the nightstand. Lay a matchbook blue stamp with Paradise Motel, exit 2. Struck a flame that hissed like regret. Every spark replayed the night we met. We laughed too hard, we drank too long, turned a cheap motel into a love song. But time turned fast and the road turned mean. Now I'm just haunted by what it's been. Motel matches and memories burn, every flame a lesson I failed to learn. If love's a fire, it left me scarred, striking old sparks in a cheap motel yard. Motel matches and memories fade, but the smoke still curls where the promise is laid. If tomorrow comes and the road feels free, I'll leave behind what's burning me. TV hum with a preacher's plea, lay down your burdens, come follow me. But my hand still shook from the lies I told. The whiskey warmth, the touch turned cold. I wrote your name on the mirror stain, wiped it away like a broken dream. There's a Bible drawer and a Gideon's hymn, but I keep lighting flames till the morning dim. I still remember that July fair, the smell of your hair, the lights everywhere. We swore forever in the Ferris wheel glow, but forever left when the truth said no. Now I ride highways that never end, sleep in beds where the ghosts pretend. And every time I strike that match, I see your eyes in the sulfur flash. Motel matches and memories burn, every flame a lesson I failed to learn. If love's a fire, it left me scarred, striking old sparks in a cheap motel yard. Motel matches and memories fade, but the smoke still curls where the promise is laid. If tomorrow comes and the road feels free, I'll leave behind what's burning me. I'll toss this book in the trash out back, watch the sparks fly off the railroad track. Trade the fire for a morning noon, find a road that don't lead to you. But if mercy meets me in motel light, I'll take its hand to sleep tonight. No more sulfur ghosts in the midnight air, just a steady flame of a love that's fair. Motel matches and memories gone, I'll trade them all for a steady dawn. If love's still waiting where the daylight bends, I'll build a fire that never ends. Motel matches and memories past, I found a flame that can truly last. No more smoke in a stranger's keep, just a light of you still burning me. There's a copper kettle on the back porch stove, steam rising steady like the tales I wove. You sit quiet with your hands in tea, eyes sharp enough to undress me. I've run from the law, I've run from death, from every vow that I ever met. But I can't outrun the fire in your gaze, boiling my lies in the kettle haze.
I told you stories of the road and rain, left out the women, the dice, the shame. Said I was honest, said I was true, but the night's hot steam keeps breaking through. You pour that tea with a steady hand, say tell me the truth like a decent man. I'll drink it bitter, I'll drink it black, but don't feed me sugar you can't bring back.
Copper kettle confession, steam don't lie, boils the truth till it fogs the sky. If love's a hearth then it don't need gold, just words made pure when the water rolls. Copper kettle confession, hear my plea, let my soul cool down in your honesty.
I said I gambled more than I ever won, left good women when the night was done, drank my paycheck, fought my kin, let the devil drive my mandolin. You didn't cry, you didn't break, just blew the steam and said mistakes. If you want this roof, if you want this hand, then build it new on the truth you stand.
So I stoked that fire with a trembling heart, promise to win where we'll truly start. The kettle whistled like a choir's hymn, calling the lyre out from within. I touched your cheek with a scalded sigh, said if you forgive I'll never lie. You poured me tea, said sip it slow, confession's fire makes a spirit grow. Copper kettle confession, steam don't lie, boils the truth till it fogs the sky. If love's a hearth then it don't need gold, just words made pure when the water rolls. Copper kettle confession, hear my plea, let my soul cool down
in your honesty. Years from now when the children ask why the kettle shines with a daily task, I'll say that's where your mama taught a broken man how to heal his lot.
Every cup poured from copper and flame carried forgiveness in its name, and they'll sip strong from the steam's embrace, learning the worth of a truth-faced grace. Copper kettle confession, brewed in time, turn this sinner to a love divine.
If grace is water, let it boil and rise until it writes its song in the skies.
Copper kettle confession, bless this home, no more running, no more alone. Steam lifts high and the truth runs free in the copper kettle you gave to me.
Kettle clicked off, porch boards creak. You poured 2 glasses where the sunrise leaked. The night had been long, the words had been hard. We fought our love like a stacked deck card. But dawn don't wait for the wounded pride, it lays its gold on the countryside. We sat in silence, sipped slow and thin, trying to find where to begin. Your tea was bitter, mine was too, but the steam rode hope where the sky was blue. You said we've been broken, we've been torn, but every morning's a chance reborn. I saw your hand tremble on the cup's darkness is slim, but in that light with the rooster's call, I swore to rise or not at all. Bittersweet tea at dawn, taste of pain and grace. Every sip of memory time can erase. If love's a drink we keep pouring on, I'll take it bittersweet till the night is gone. Bittersweet tea at dawn, steaming morning song. It don't make right what we got wrong, but it gives us courage to carry on with bittersweet tea at dawn. We remembered laughter on a summer swing, the birth of our boy, the vows we'd sing. We remember losses, graves in rain, the times we cursed, the times we blamed. I said I'm sorry for the roads I missed, the late night work, the careless kiss. You said I'm sorry for the walls I built, for sharp-edged words, for unshared guilt. We clinked our cups like a holy rite, two weary hearts in the edge of light. No one else heard but the sparrows near, the quiet vow of another year. If forgiveness grows in the soil of pain, then dawn is the water, tea the rain. And what we planted in morning's glow will grow again, slow but sure and low. Bittersweet tea at dawn, taste of pain and grace. Every sip of memory time can erase. If love's a drink we keep pouring on, I'll take it bittersweet till the night is gone. Bittersweet tea at dawn, steaming morning song. It don't make right what we got wrong, but it gives us courage to carry on. Someday our children will sip this blend, tell their lovers where the mending begins. They'll know the worth of a humble cup, of staying down but still standing up. If heaven serves breakfast in a gentle light, let it be tea with the scars made right. Bitter and sweet in equal share, proof of a love that learned to care. Bittersweet tea at dawn, hearts remade, every crack filled with the love we laid. If morning's mercy can carry us on, we'll keep pouring bittersweet tea at dawn. Bittersweet tea at dawn, through every storm we found a way to stay warm. This is the truth we're leaning on in bittersweet tea at dawn. Bittersweet tea.